You don't have a clue.
We've got your go-to dating guide with TV's hottest new matchmaker.
Men have to feel needed. And they don't want to just feel like they're an accessory.
With the do's and big-time don'ts of dating in your 20s, 30s, and 40s.
When was the last time you approached a man?
I'm trying to think.
Oh, that's too long.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome. So today we're going to start out with some free advice. And, you know, with all the dating advice, that's what we're going to be talking about. With all the dating advice that's out there, yeah, you might actually think that matchmakers would be out of business. You know what, with all the commercials and the online dating systems that are available to us. Well, one of the sexiest matchmakers I have ever laid eyes on says his business is better than ever. It's booming. He is helping millions of singles get their love life back on track as the star of VH1's series. Oh, people are gasping already. See, they think he's cute, too. Of the VH1 series, Tough Love. Check him out.
My goal is to show you women that although you may think you know what men are thinking, you don't have a clue. I'm here to tell women not what they want to hear, but what they need to hear to find love.
I want a nice guy, but I also need him to have something else about him, like a little edge to him.
I don't think you would know a good guy if he fell out of the sky and landed on your face.
Follow my rules for dating. I guarantee you I will find you a match.
He can't help telling it like it is. Giving tough love comes naturally to Stephen Ward.
This isn't called foo-foo sweet love boot camp.
And finding a perfect match has become a family affair.
Master Matchmakers is a family business. It's not only me and my mom now, but my sister works in the company, my sister-in-law works in the company, my aunt works in the company, my dad's helping out where he can. So it's really a very true-blooded family business.
Hi, this is Master Matchmaker. Can I help you?
My mom's been a professional matchmaker my whole life, and I never thought that this is what I would be doing for a living. But right out of college, I just started helping her out, and then I decided to give up the career in finance and focus on this full time.
Good morning, honey. How are you?
I'm good.
You ready for a big day?
Big day. Let's go.
God, let's go. I love working with Steven. He loves what he does, and he's so genuine and really cares about people.
This is Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
I wanted to bring her in so you guys can get to know her yourselves a little bit, so hopefully we can find her a match.
He just has such a love for people, and just being around him gives me so much more life and energy because he's just, he's awesome.
I'll tell you what Danielle's problem is. Okay? She is way too neurotic about men. My mother and I have a very unique approach that's different than all the other matchmakers out there, and that's just being brutally honest. We don't sugarcoat, we don't dance around the issue. You have to be very matter-of-fact with the guy about, like, look, you're about to blow it. So it's been 5 days and I haven't heard from you, so this is the one time I'm going to call you and see how he reacts to that.
And I think that's really important, the way that you deliver the message.
Italian girl, great body, really attractive.
Sweet. She's sweet.
Where do you get sweet from?
She has a sweetness to her, Steven.
Who uses the word sweet? My mom and I disagree all the time. In fact, that's kind of the balance in our relationship professionally, is the fact that she sees things one way and I'll often see things another. When was the last time you marketed someone as sweet?
Listen, if you don't get off my back, I'm going to make your weekend hell. Okay? How about that? You know, he has his opinions and I have mine. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work when we make our matches. And he really gets fired up when he can prove that I'm wrong. And what do you think you're most picky about? Is it physical?
Yes, I want someone who's good looking.
And what would you describe as good looking?
Someone who looks like Steve. Sorry.
Is that necessary? My mom and I are not only business partners, but we're best friends. And we'll be your bartender, your therapist, and your agent all rolled into one. We're really real-life Cupids.
What we were talking about at the top of the show before you guys joined us, with so many websites out there and internet dating systems and questionnaires and advice and columns and magazines and online magazines, I mean, is dating actually tougher? Because you would think it would get easier with so much free advice.
No, in fact, actually, dating is far more difficult today than it's ever been before because there's so many distractions around us now. It's so easy to kind of get lost in the shuffle, whether you're Twittering or you're Facebooking or you're texting or you're typing, and you know, people are so absorbed in, you know, all these different mediums that are out there in order for, you know, that were designed to communicate, but in fact what it's doing is it's kind of deteriorating the old-fashioned courtship that went into dating many years ago. And so a lot of men and a lot of women forget how to communicate on a very personal level. And when it comes to developing a relationship with somebody, especially for women, you know, a man needs to feel like you're confident. And so you have to be able to, excuse me, look him in the eye. You need to be able to communicate effectively with that person. Men are not mind readers, so unfortunately we don't know what you're thinking. You need to tell us what's on your mind.
Do you think, overall, what is your company line on whether or not there is, in fact, a true love or a perfect match for everyone?
Well, I've always felt that, you know, my mom's always agreed that there's a lid for every pot out there. It's just that we're only working with certain lids and certain pots. You know, I think that anybody who's really doing their best to represent themselves as best as they possibly can, and they're focused on their well-being and their health and their mindset in terms of dating, and they're a positive person, you put that out in the universe, and eventually love will find you.
I think positive is a key word, because so many people have a very rigid idea. They want it to be, you know, love at first sight, or an all-chemical thing, or fireworks, or they have this very specific notion, and it's actually not a very positive thing to go out there with only one vision of what you think the pot or the lid might be for you. Now, you yourself are single, correct? So I don't know how to say this without it sounding insulting. If you're so good at this, how come you're single?
Well, just to be really candid about that, yeah, I'm electively single. You know, I've chose to be single because, quite frankly, I realize how difficult it is to develop a relationship. And once you've made a commitment to a person, it's not just that you're committing to only sleep with that person, but you're committing to be there for them in the good times and the bad, to be there, you know, for family functions, for business functions, you know, to be involved in their life, how they need you to be involved in their life. And frankly, you know, I'm building 2 franchises right now, and I just don't have the time to make that commitment to somebody else.
I think that's very mature and honest. Well, we asked these guys if they could put their skills to work for a few of our single viewers of different age brackets. And then we're going to talk about the differences between trying to guide someone through dating life in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s. So let's watch this.
I mean, the city is tough to live in, but do you guys have a lot of hard time just meeting people?
Well, meeting people is not difficult. It's meeting a person of quality that tends to be the difficult part. I'm 35 years old. I thought I would be married with children by now. I'm not.
The best line is, I love to work hard and play even harder. I'm like, come on, really? I just find that I'm finding a lot of guys that are in their 20s that are just looking for kind of, you know, the one-night stand. They're not really serious, or they're just really into their career.
I had one guy say to me, you're not going to wait for my phone call? I said, no.
I'm divorced. I'm a single parent, and I really would like to have someone that's very comfortable with me.
I'm well.
One of the key benefits to working with a true matchmaker is to not only find you a match, but to make you a better catch. Right. Okay, so that's what we're here to do today. We want to get to know each one of you. We want to see what you could be doing differently in order to achieve the desired result that you're each looking for.
Ladies, why don't we do this? Why don't we start with Maria first? We'll call you back in, you know, we'll sit down with you as well.
Good luck, Maria.
Thank you.
When was the last time you approached a man?
Trying to think.
Oh, that's too long. Holy smokes!
I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me?
I guess I'm just very good at being in relationships, and I'm not good at dating. I don't understand dating.
Do you flirt?
Yes, I love flirting.
Okay. I want you to find a man that you're attracted to here. I want you to think of something witty to say. It's a great way to approach a guy. And so let's see what happens.
What are you drinking? It has an orange in it.
It's Blue Moon.
And you drink it with the orange.
I'm low on vitamin C. I need my vitamins.
1,000 milligrams a day. Oh my God, going up to the guy was absolutely nerve-wracking. What do you do?
I was an investment banker.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's been a tough year for us.
Hello.
Hi.
So, what is going on with you?
I'm new to the city, so I thought it would be good to, you know, get out and meet people. But I'm finding I'm meeting guys that literally, like, the first night they're inviting you over, or guys that just don't have any manners.
First night they're inviting you over?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of vibe I'm giving off, but I don't think it's anything crazy.
So when you're first meeting a man and you're out on a date for the first time, what do you typically talk about?
I mean, it's typical first date stuff. I ask them what they're passionate about, you know.
You just seem like you're so friendly and you're so easy to talk to. You're opening to to any man that you're meeting should be very friendly and positive and jovial in many respects.
Right.
You know, making light of the fact that you're even approaching the person.
But why don't we try that tonight? What do you think of that idea?
Yeah, I can try it. Hi.
How's it going?
My name's Sarah. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike, nice to meet you. I'm new to the city, so...
Where are you from?
LA area.
Oh, really?
I think Steve and JoAnn gave me some good advice. Just being a little more forward and initiating conversation might help in terms of meeting people.
Hello.
Hi.
What's been going on in your love life lately?
Nothing.
Really?
Not anything.
I think you need to get back on the horse. Do you feel that you know how to make your man feel special?
Of course.
Okay. And do you think that's something that you've done effectively in your relationships?
I don't know if I have because I've never been in love before.
But you've been married twice?
Yes.
I believe you ought to treat men the way you want to be treated. So what I'd like to see you do is approach a man with a very positive disposition,
right,
with a smile on your face, and state what's on your mind.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm Denise.
I'm Mike, how are you?
Hi, nice to meet you. I like your sweater. When Steve and JoAnn were talking about need, you know, single women, single moms, so you have to turn around and kind of be able to demonstrate that need for someone. Well, I really enjoy talking with you.
I believe that each one of these women have enormous potential for a very healthy relationship. I believe in that possibility for all of them.
Okay, so now we're joined in our front row with Denise, Maria, and Sarah. Please welcome them. Denise, you certainly hit all their bells and whistles when it comes to being brutally honest. Married twice, and you don't feel you've ever truly been in love.
No.
Wow. Well, that's putting the cherry right on the top of the
young.
You were young.
Right.
Yeah. So, can I ask you, it's a very personal question, you can certainly refuse to answer. What did you marry for? Did you think you were in love at the time, or did you marry for security? Did you marry for, just because you were so close in a friendship with someone?
No, some of it was societal pressure, but a lot of it was really not knowing myself, really. I didn't know myself, and I went ahead and ventured into something that I had to know someone else as well, so it didn't work out. So
yeah,
now
you were trying to make a lifelong choice before you knew what you wanted your own life to look like.
I had to love me first before I can love someone else.
And I think that's a great lesson right there. There's some good takeaway advice for all of us, I think. So you actually got a number that night?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Denise bringing the digits. Now, generally speaking, you guys, Denise, when I look at her, you're in your 40s? Yes?
I'm 44. I'll be 45 soon.
Oh, she looks so young. She just, not a line on her face. She could certainly date somebody much younger than she. Can that also be a double-edged sword? I mean, do you guys feel that sometimes men can be very threatened by dating women in their 40s because they are established and they could be really good earners? Do you find that?
Well, I don't think it's so much threatened.
Well, I mean, we often hear women say that, you know, they intimidate men, which,
Yes.
I mean, I personally feel that unless you're wielding an axe, a knife, or a gun, you're not going to be intimidating me. Okay? I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But no, what that really means is that men don't feel like there's a need for them in your life. You know, that you have everything you could want, and that you don't need them for anything. And men have to feel needed. And they don't want to just feel like they're an accessory in your life, or that they're the cute dog you just decided to go out and get because you want companionship. You know, they need to feel like your life is better off with them than without them.
JoAnn, do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
He's right. I mean, that's truly, and the whole thing about dating younger guys is that it can't be just a lust thing, you know? And a lot of times that's what happens out in society. It's just lust, you know? And so long term, you just don't want that. 5 years. We usually say 5 years up, 5 years.
5 years up, 5 years down. Okay, let's talk to Maria next. Now, Maria, you seem truly terrified.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. I didn't expect that.
Listen, how's it been going since?
Good. Good. I definitely took Stephen and JoAnn's advice to heart, and I went out with some friends this weekend for dinner at one of my favorite Greek restaurants in Astoria, and I saw this very handsome Mediterranean waiter come up to our table, and I thought, well, okay, here's an opportunity. I mean, he's handsome, and he's going to take my food order. I don't know, so That's
usually what happens.
Yes. and so I made eye contact with him. I looked him straight in the eye and as soulfully and Mediterraneanly as possible. And
olive oil oozing out of your eyes.
And I think he recognized, there was a glint of recognition in his eye. I mean,
so, come on, cut to the chase. You're going to go back and share some feta with him or what?
Well, there was a moment, there was a connection there, and then, I don't know, the spanakopita came out, we started eating, and that was it. But I was proud of myself for just getting back in the game and starting to flirt again, and I think that's important.
Did you write down his name?
I didn't write down his name.
Really?
I know. My follow-through needs a little work, but...
You can't learn to ride a bike without first using training wheels. So you're off to a good start.
It is.
She never approached men before. Like, she always said the men have to come to me, and we kind of talked to her a little bit about, go after it.
You're flipping that pancake.
Yes.
Getting her to look at the other side.
That's it.
Let's move along to our 20-something here, the sassy Sarah. So, Sarah, you actually seemed like you were taken to this like a fish to water. You were making a nice, jovial, friendly connection there. How'd it go?
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, I have that personality. I can just meet anyone, talk to anyone. I think also, too, I just meet people, you know, my biggest problem was that I'm meeting guys that are inviting me over the first night, and I'm like, can I just find a good guy that's not going to do that? And so they gave me some advice on that end.
Well, just because they asked doesn't mean you have to answer in the affirmative, and I wouldn't throw out, you know, the baby with the bathwater on that one, because that is a common, I mean, you know, a lot of guys.
And what
sure,
else did we teach you?
Well,
So what?
Slow down. I talk too fast. I get that. I definitely do. I mean,
to speak to your one point, though, Sarah, the one thing my mom always raised me was that you can't blame a guy for trying, but if a girl says no, it's no. Okay? And that's the bottom line. So, you know, I think most men are going to try to score, if you will, or just take it as far as they possibly can. It's ultimately up to you to kind of put the brakes on things a little bit. And I think the women across the country should make men work for it a little bit. You don't want to tell him he's working for it. Men don't want to feel like they're jumping through hoops. But, you know, you're pulling all the strings here, ladies. I mean, you're ultimately in control until the clothes come off. So, you know, you might as well have some fun with it and, you know, develop it the way you want to.
And overall, you know, can you boil it down to any one or a couple pieces of overall great dating advice?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I would say to women in general is when you're first meeting somebody, you don't want to be negative. Okay? You want to keep the conversation very positive. You want to have a smile on your face. You don't want to start debating on a first date. So stay away from religion, politics, personal finance. Definitely don't want to bring up past relationships or anything like that. So avoid too much information too soon. You know, but more importantly than anything is just be positive and have fun. It's supposed to be fun. That's what getting in the relationships is all about, is having fun.
It's a huge hit. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can catch more of Stephen and JoAnn, of course, on VH1's Tough Love, and it's on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Check it out. Check out a snack. We'll be right back.